Y'all, what's up? So I'm gonna get on to this T-Mac, D-Wade, and this Kobe shit. For T-Mac, I'm gonna tell y'all something about myself. Growing up, when I started getting into basketball around 02 and 03, when I was a kid, what is that, third, fourth grade, my mama got two jerseys. She bought me two jerseys for Christmas, and they both were two of my favorite players at the time, Allen Iverson and Tracy McGrady. And Steve Francis. I didn't get a Steve Francis jersey, but I got T-Mac and AI. So as y'all know, I'm a huge Tracy McGrady fan. But one thing about Sydney, guys, I don't be biased. I try not to be biased when it comes to my Saints, to my Pelicans, and my favorite players of basketball. So as far as I'm concerned with the T-Mac comments saying that if you swap me out with Kobe and put me on the team with Shaq, it's not disrespectful, guys. That's not disrespectful. I don't feel like T-Mac was coming off disrespectful at all. It's just obvious. Now, I can say I don't think T-Mac probably would have won 3 rings just as much as Kobe did. But you can't possibly tell me, guys, if you watch T-Mac and Kobe, you can't possibly tell me that T-Mac would have never got a ring with Shaq, because I think people don't realize how dominant Shaq was. Shaq was so dominant in the early 2000s. Like, he was tossing 300-pound men around like children in the post. Guys, he was eating big men for breakfast in the post. Drop stepping, hook shot, dunking on them. So you put T-Mac on that team, I do think T-Mac would have at least got one. That's all he was saying, guys. He never said he was better than Kobe. And I think Kobe fans are funny, because it's like, you can't say nothing wrong with them. Don't say nothing wrong with Kobe. We want all praise. And I get it. Because a lot of y'all people, like D-Wade, you wouldn't be sitting here saying that shit to that man's face. So because Kobe cannot defend himself now. And I'm going to get on D-Wade for a second. But for T-Mac, I just think, people are missing the point of T-Mac. He never said he was the better player than Kobe. We all know Kobe is the best shooting guard. The second, in some people's eyes, the best shooting guard, or second behind Mike. And top 5 or top 10 in some people's eyes. So T-Mac ain't never elaborated to that. All he's saying is swap me out. Because if people don't understand something, and around that time, that stretch of 2001 to 2004, T-Mac averaged 28 points per game, and Kobe averaged 27 points per game. So it was 1-2. It was 1-2. At the time, guys, it was Kobe and T-Mac. At that time. Then it was AI, and then it was everybody else. So if we had to do a tier list around that time, Kobe, T-Mac, then AI, then everybody else. At that guard, I'm talking about at the guard spots. Vince Carter, Ray Allen, they were in a different tier list. But it was Kobe and T-Mac. And Kobe said it himself, the hardest player I had to guard was Tracy McGrady. And then with Tracy McGrady, I could give y'all some numbers real quick on how dominant T-Mac was in the playoffs. In 01 for Orlando, 33, 35, 42, 25 going against the Bucks. He lost that series. Then he lost to the Hornets. The year after that in the playoffs, he had 20, 31, 37, 35. The Pistons year, he was up, I think, 3-1 this series. It's no excuse, T-Mac. You got to get it done, brother. You got to close the Pistons out. He had 43, 46, 29, 27, 19, 32, 21. And the Pistons closed them out. So then we transitioned to the Rockets era. And this is where it's kind of pissing me off with T-Mac. Brother, don't get up there and telling people that if my team was better, I would have made some more noise in the playoffs. Tracy McGrady, you had Yao Ming, bro. You had the Bobby Jacksons. You had the Rafa Austins. You had guys, bro. You had guys, fam. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. It's no reason. Now, I could say maybe you probably didn't get to the finals, but during that time, you was up on Dallas in 05 2-0. You was up on Dallas 2-0. You was up on Utah in 2007 2-0. Then you lost to Utah in 08 again, and you lost in 6. So you lost to Dallas in 7, and you lost to Utah in 7. In both those series, you was up. Now, I don't think you probably was going to get to the finals if we had to do it all over again because the West was tough. But it's no reason on why you could not get out the first round, dog. Then the year that y'all actually got out the first round, you was injured. Ron Artest took that team, took Kobe to 7, and Kobe closed it out in 09. Now, I could give you Orlando, bro. I could give you Orlando. You didn't have the help. Grant Hill was injured a lot of the time in Orlando. I could give you that game. I can't give you Rockets on why you can't get out the first round, dog. Don't do that. But back to my point, guys, I don't think T-Mac, I just think T-Mac is kind of going through a little bit of, damn, man, I just wish the injuries didn't catch up because I want to be in that same conversation with Kobe and Bryant and them. And I think it's kind of bothering him. Do I think it's a little bit of jealousy? I do think it, but I don't think he means bad by it, guys. I don't think he means too bad. I think people are kind of overreacting. It just sucks because it's like Kobe can't really speak for himself, you know? So it's just best to just kind of like keep your thoughts to yourself, kind of, bro. You know? So, but I just think he's just kind of a little bothered that, you know, when you had the injuries, you don't get the fair shake as other players. But at the end of the day, you had enough sample size to show the world what you could do. And with the Rockets, bro, you just couldn't get over the hump, bro. You couldn't get over the hump, fam. So it sucks, you know, what happened with T-Mac, but he's still one of the best players to ever do it in that era. Scoring-wise, he up there with Kobe. Anybody that say differently, at least in Orlando, bro, I don't want to hear it. In his prime, I don't want to hear it. You just don't know basketball, and you just letting your bias get in the way. If Kobe Bean Bryant can say it himself, he's the hardest player to guard, that's what it is then. It's just unfortunate what happened with T-Mac, but, you know, I don't think he meant any malice behind it, guys. So, as for D-Wade, I don't respect nothing with him. I never liked D-Wade. I don't rock with D-Wade, bro. D-Wade is a peon to me, bro. He's lame to me, guys. Like, I don't respect nothing about D-Wade as a man, as a father. I don't respect nothing, bro. Nothing. You crack Kobe jaw in All-Star game, bro. You're jealous, bro. Just say that, man. You're jealous. You always was jealous, bro. You gonna talk about something. Kobe didn't even shoot well in the 2010 finals. Kobe don't even really deserve his MVP. Paul Gasol was averaging 18 a game, and even in Game 7, he didn't shoot well. So what are you talking about? So no, Kobe didn't shoot well in Game 7, guys, against the Celtics. I think he shot 6 for 24. But at the end of the day, Kobe was still the driving force. Kobe made the extra pass to Ron Artest to hit the shot, the three ball to close the game out. Kobe did that. How dare you diminish what he did in the finals? How dare you? How dare you, D-Wade? You disrespectful. And that is disrespectful. You don't do that, bro. He was the driving force. Everybody know that. Nobody in their fucking right mind thought about Paul Gasol being MVP. Now, yes, Paul Gasol shot pretty decent in the playoffs, but at the end of the day, Kobe was the driving force behind that. Both of those teams, bro, did not shoot well. It was such a defensive slugfest. Paul Pierce did not shoot well. Ray Allen didn't. Nobody shot well, bro. That was a 1980s, 90s series in the 2010s. It was so hard for Kobe. That's why it was so emotional, because he wanted those Celtics. He either wanted Bryant or he wanted those Celtics. And he got him again and he beat him. But you must have forgot. Your ass was crying and whining to get Bryant over there, so y'all could take down Kobe. Since you want to talk, since you want to run your damn mouth, because after Shaq left, your ass was getting bounced out the first round, wasn't even making it to the damn playoffs in some of the years. That's why I wish we had a more sample size so I could see you being Batman. Your ass couldn't even do it consistently. You was crying for Bryant ass. We only got a small sample size. And by the time Bryant left in Miami, you was already older. You was already older. So we couldn't even see you be Batman for 7, 8 years at a time. Your ass was getting bounced out the first round. The fuck? Who are you to say something? And then let's see what else I got on my notes, guys. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's like he's just trying to promote himself to. It's like since Kobe passed, okay, let me promote my accolades and my stats up. That's what he's trying to do. You're not fooling nobody, bro. You trying to rewrite your history. Let me bring Kobe down a little bit so I can prop myself up. And you only got one ring as. I don't even consider you Batman with Shaq, bro. Even though Shaq, when he got to Miami, Shaq was starting to lose a step slowly. But it's like, first of all, you don't get past anybody, bro, in the East. You don't get past the Pistons without Shaq. Shaq was still leagues better than the average big man in that era. Guys, y'all was still young coming up. Ben Wallace was a defensive center. Dwight Howard was in his second year. There's no centers at that time was touching Shaq. Shaq was still in the tier list above everybody else. After that, then you could put Yao, Jermaine O'Neal. I think Jermaine O'Neal was a power forward at that time. But y'all get my drift. Older Shaq in Miami was still kind of dominant, bro. So you still, to me, kind of was robbing. You just took over in the finals. And at the end of the day, bro, you shot so many damn free throws. That finals, bro. People won't sit here and get on Shea ass and disregard D Wade. Like, look at the stats, guys. Go look back at it. It's like, man, this man is a clown, bro. But you want to talk about finals? Let me bring up the 2014 finals real quick. Let me bring this up real quick. When they lost to the Spurs, the Miami Heat did. In the last 2 games, your behind shot 10 points, 3 for 13, 23.1 field goal percentage. And then this the last game, I think that was what that was. Game 5, 11 points, 4 for 12, 33.3 field goal percentage. But you won't have a nerve enough to talk about Kobe in a closeout game. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. He's a clown, y'all. I never liked D Wade, especially as a man now and as a father. You a poor excuse as a man, bro. Go sit your ass down somewhere. I'm out.